Hope College. This is the place where we study, sleep, and socialize. Every year, seniors graduate, and freshmen begin their college journey. It's a process that we have seen for decades, until now. It goes without saying that COVID-19 has affected us in every way possible, especially on the college campus. We decided to uncover what the true college experience is like in 2020. In order to expose the truth, we sat down with a Hope College freshman and senior to compare their experiences thus far. As the saying goes, academics come first. After all, this is an institution meant for success in academic achievement. But how have online and asynchronous classes affected the ways we learn? Are they a temporary fix or a permanent solution?
I'm Lindsay. I'm a freshman. Some of my classes were not in person, so it's been difficult to teach myself, especially like coming in as a first-year student and the semester being shortened. That is like hard to get used to the workload and like having to do it all on my own. It was really difficult to do online, but I definitely learned more in my in-person classes, and I made friends in my in-person classes. So I definitely like in-person better, and I still met some people through the asynchronous to work on things together, but it definitely wasn't as easy.
My name is Jacob, and I'm a senior at Hope College. I am majoring in chemistry and economics and hoping to go into a career in medicine. I just feel like there's a disconnect with the whole online lectures or, doing stuff on your own pace that you don't have when you're in person in class. I've definitely suffered academically because of COVID. With that disconnect in learning, I think I'm less responsible, less held accountable to the learning and paying attention in class, and I think it has caused me to suffer academically.
As important as academics are, college life would be nothing without being able to socialize. These 4 years serve as some of the most memorable times in our lives, meeting friends and building relationships that will last a lifetime. However, when you are forced to stay 6 feet apart, how are you meant to come together?
Making friends has been a little bit more difficult. I have to go out of my way and out of my comfort zone to put myself out there and be intentional with asking people to do things and meeting people, because there's not as many opportunities to meet new people, but it's been okay, better than I thought it would go. More recently, things have been getting canceled, but I've been able to do a lot of things throughout the semester.
There's a lot of people, because of the coronavirus epidemic, that I have not seen this year that I used to hang out with all the time, but just because either they're worried about getting sick or they're not allowed to have people over in their house. My friendships, for the most part, have stayed the same. There are quite a few people that I would hang out with in prior years that I have not seen at all this semester, and others where just because they don't worry about coronavirus, I've seen more than I would have.
In the dorms, I have gone to the basement a couple times to watch TV shows or movies with some friends. I live in Phelps, so just going to the dining hall is a big social activity. Just in the hallway, sitting on the floor in our doorways has been how I've socialized. I think with the restrictions, it's definitely inhibited making close friendships. I feel like since having a car on campus, going off campus and spending time with people has grown my relationships closer, but if we could go in each other's rooms, that would definitely like build closer friendship. So I've still made friends, but I haven't gotten as close with people, I don't think, as I could have.
So coronavirus made my senior year look a lot different. It actually is part of the reason I'm taking a gap year next year, because I kind of want to redo on my whole senior year, just because, I mean, earlier in the semester, or even throughout the whole semester, I haven't been able to see as many people. There's more pressure to just stay in your house and, you know, have less social interaction, which I don't think is good for anybody. I mean, it's the cost we have to pay to deal with this epidemic, but I've definitely felt more isolated throughout this semester.
Some students have chosen to isolate themselves from others in order to keep the campus safe. However, if someone is either a close contact or tests positive for COVID-19, they're forced to isolate. Lindsay tells us her story.
I got quarantined as a close contact, and then I found out I actually tested positive for COVID, and I was in the Hayworth Hotel for maybe like 4 days, and it was really lonely and sad, and like the food wasn't good. Being off campus, like it was really hard to do my classes from Zoom and like from my bed. Like I would much rather be here. So it was not a fun time being in quarantine and having COVID. Just like it definitely like put me back a little bit in my academics, I think, and even a little bit with like friendships.
Hope is a college known for its long-running traditions and organizations. The Pull and Nykirk are both some of the oldest college traditions in America that allow freshmen to meet each other and create lasting friendships. With many events and traditions either being postponed or canceled, it creates an interruption in the history of the college, and the students in 2020 face the consequences of it.
I was in theater my freshman year. I did track and field my freshman year, but then I realized people were too serious about it, so I left that and then kind of did things here and there, but wasn't super active. There weren't many events that I wasn't able to do because of coronavirus.
I was looking forward to getting involved and just meeting new people, and also like I was interested in doing the Pull and like rushing. I hope I can do that. So just some things that have had to be canceled because of COVID, that's impacted me.
Due to many restrictions, students have had to adapt to the constantly changing epidemic. For freshmen entering this semester, they were met with quite an interesting first impression of college. For seniors entering their last year, disappointment and anxiety set in.
I didn't even know what to expect coming here. I feel like it's been a little bit difficult to just like meet as many people. I think college is what you make it, so I don't think it'll really like change my experience to be more negative.
So some of the biggest differences on campus, I think, would just be the lack of personal connection. And I mean, obviously everyone wearing a mask, that's different, but I just feel like people are getting to know each other less. People are staying in their rooms more, not getting out and being active and social. In that gap year, I'm hoping to either get a business internship or a medical internship, but I just know that a lot of people are looking for those, and it's going to be even more competitive than pre-COVID. And so because of the competition being so fierce, I think that I will have a harder time landing those opportunities. I think it will definitely affect my ability to get a job in the job market, just because all of these mass unemployment rates and things, and to actually build out my career and resume.
One day, we'll look back to this point in history and wonder how we ever got through it. Regardless, the effects that it has had on college students will influence their lives forever. It is important that we take the good with the bad and live our lives as best we can, because soon it will all be back to normal.